Are you out of your mind? I had it all fixed.
She's carrying my child.
So the power-hungry Jake Sanders is human after all.
Would you like me to go to the police on your behalf, before or after lunch?
I asked Jono to bring me here, sister, because I need your help to find my son.
So what'll it be, Jake? Filthy rich with a conscience? Or poor and virtuous?
Angelo! The last time you fought, you killed a man.
So pat revenge bye-bye and let's pack. We've got a plane to catch.
Jilly?
What the hell are you doing? Shh.
Come on.
Are you out of your mind? I had it all fixed.
She's carrying my child.
Oh, she's lying. Anything to hang on to you.
I don't think so, and I'm not prepared to take that risk.
What difference does it make?
It makes a difference to me.
Great. So she calls the police, and I've had it.
I'll handle that. Now, you disappear, and I'll meet you back at the office when I've worked things out here.
Oh.
Good.
Just stop her talking to the police, okay?
I will.
Where's that room service menu?
Come on. You don't have to hide anymore. Let's hit the town.
Oh, I'm not in the mood. You go.
Can't do that. I'm supposed to be a watchdog, remember?
I'll be all right.
You mean you'll feel safer with me out of the place? You're quite right. My intentions are strictly dishonorable.
Come on, calm down. You've had an accident, but you're all right now.
Anton tried to kill me.
Anton? Why should he do that? You're confused.
I'm not. He tried to drown me.
I've got to ring the police.
No, I can't let you do that, Jilly.
I know what happened. I've got to ring...
No! He's got us over a barrel. He's got the photos and the affidavit. He'll use them if he has to. Make no mistake about that.
We've got to do something.
I have. I paid him to clear out for good.
But he tried to kill me. How can you trust him?
Like everyone, he has his price.
You put him up to it, didn't you?
What, then jumped in and rescued you? Does it make sense?
Why?
He saw a chance to take us and he grabbed it. Don't worry, I'm paying him plenty to keep his mouth shut. Come on.
You are pleased about the baby.
Of course I am. I want a son to carry on the Sanders name.
If I'm going to have your child, you'll have to marry me. You'll marry me, Jake. Or there won't be any child. Do I make myself clear?
Okay. We'll talk tomorrow. Now try and get some sleep.
Don't leave me. I don't want to be alone.
All right. Try and rest.
We've still got the goods on Dennis. We're not finished with Stephanie yet.
We'll talk tomorrow.
You'll see it my way. We have to stay together now.
Sure.
Well?
There'll be no police. But you're going to have to leave town.
Why did you interfere? She's pregnant. So what?
I'm not going to kill my own child.
A great time to get paternal. You want a kid, so she wins after all.
Kid? No, not a kid. A son. An heir.
Even more of a tie to her.
Only till the baby's born. After that, Jilly is dispensable.
Well, leaving you free to chase Stephanie again.
If I had Stephanie, Jilly could just drop dead.
Still playing that game. Well, what about me? How do I fit into your plans now?
Anton, you've been very well paid for a long time. I don't think you've got anything to complain about. You'll remain on the company payroll, under an assumed name, of course.
For as long as you have the company. I don't think that's exactly something to build my future on, Jake. See you around.
Room service, Miss Harper.
Oh, thank you. I'll be right out.
Miss Harper's expecting me. Don't let me keep you.
I didn't anticipate coffee for two.
I didn't come for coffee.
There's nothing else offering.
I thought these might help you sleep a little better.
Is this all the evidence against Dennis?
The computer files relating to the embezzlement have been wiped. He's in the clear. I gave my word and I've kept it.
Thank you.
Did you know Jilly was pregnant?
My God. Does she know who the father is?
I am. If I don't marry Jilly, she's going to get rid of it. I want a son.
So the power-hungry Jake Sanders is human after all? Or is it just the old male ego at work?
It goes a lot deeper than that.
When's the wedding?
That depends on you.
Oh, Jilly wants me to be matron of honor. Isn't that sweet?
You know what I mean.
Sorry, you've lost me.
Have I? Last chance, Stephanie. I'll walk out on Jilly tomorrow. She can do what she likes with the child if I can have you. And the son you'd give me. Think of the children we could have, Stephanie.
The Sanders dynasty.
What's wrong with that?
You are, Jake. Thanks all the same, but I'll settle for Harper Mining. My coffee's getting cold.
that's the way you want it, fine. But if you want the company, you're going to have to fight me for it.
Oh, Jake, you haven't got a chance and you know it.
Oh, we'll see. If I can't have it, I'm going to make damn sure it's not worth a thing by the time you get it back. You did the frigid bit very well. Still, I suppose you've had a lot of practice.
Oh, why don't you just run home to Jilly?
She was right, you know. Underneath all that Harpur money and the style, there isn't a real woman at all.
Out of sight, out of mind.
I'm not after trick questions this morning, mate.
Let me spell it out. You were supposed to be keeping an eye on Mum.
That was when I could still see.
She had a visit from Jake last night while you were getting a skinful.
What did he want?
What do you think?
She all right?
Mum can look after herself. Just as well, I'd say.
Take it easy,
You're
Jilly.
up to something.
Now, come on. The doctor said you mustn't get worked up. Now, sit down. Now, do you want some water or a cup of coffee or something?
No. You've no intention of marrying me, have you?
Now, come on. We've been through all that. Sit down. I was just on my way to Eden to discuss the arrangements.
Really? When I woke up this morning and you weren't there, I'm still very shaky after what happened with Anton.
Yes, well, forget about that. Don't worry, I've fixed all that. So how about next week? I couldn't make it any earlier.
Next week? What about the catering, the invitations, my wedding dress? Oh, Jake, I want this to be something really special.
No, Jilly, no big wedding.
All right, all right. Whatever you say. Oh, I wish Stephanie could be there. I'd love to see her face.
Stephanie's out of our lives forever. Is that clear?
It'll be a boy, Jake. I just know it.
It better be.
It will be. Trust my maternal instinct.
Mm.
I'm sorry I wasn't here.
No harm done. And you're not my keeper, Jono.
Even though I keep trying.
Maybe you should stop wasting your time. Unless, of course, you find frigid women a challenge.
Jake accused you of that. I bet he did. You knocked him back. You don't want to take any of that seriously.
I know.
So, what's the problem?
Maybe there isn't a problem after all. But I am curious to know why my relationships with men always end in disaster.
You marry them, and that's asking for trouble. Particularly given the kind of men you and your money attract.
Men like you mean? You didn't exactly ride out of the north wanting to share my poverty.
But I would now.
Oh, you mean I have to lose my money again to get you?
Oh, when you put it like that, doesn't sound such a bargain.
Well, whatever happens to us, Jono, I'm very glad to have known you.
Me too. But never mind us for the moment. What happens to you?
I don't know.
Maybe you should think about it. Otherwise, you could end up as the princess in the tower. Brilliant, beautiful, rich, totally alone.
I trust you're not suggesting that to be happy, I have to have a man.
I wouldn't dare. But you do deserve to be loved.
I have things to do.
Like what?
All the things I can't put off any longer.
And then, right when we thought we'd had it, Jono wheeled the corpse right down the corridor, right under Jake and Jilly's nose. Well, well, speak of the devil. I'll be right back. Hi, Auntie Jilly. A little pre-wedding celebration, is it?
Why not?
They tell me there's going to be 3 at the altar. Smart work, Auntie Jay. There's one thing that Jake wants more than anything. It's a son to carry on the Sanders name. It's not going to mean much when there's no company, though, is it?
Would you like me to go to the police on your behalf, before or after lunch?
Sorry, that's one boat you've missed. Didn't you know? Dear old Jake handed over the evidence to Mum. No strings. Just a nice gesture between 2 very good friends. But he told you that, of course.
He no doubt had a very good reason for doing it.
Oh, yes. A last-ditch effort to try and make it with Mum, I'd say. I guess she must have turned him down, or we wouldn't be hearing wedding bells, would we?
Run along, Dennis. Jake will be here in a minute.
Give you my commiserations. Funny, I never thought he'd settle for second best. But I guess he figures that being Mum's brother-in-law is the next best thing. Still in the family, if you know what I mean. I'd go easy on those bubbles if I were you, Jilly. Your condition.
Oh, Jono, I keep thinking about my son.
I thought that was it.
Where do I start after all these years?
Same place I did. My sister.
Do you think she'd help?
You're the only woman who ever knocks me back.
I'm scared, Jono.
I was too. But I'm glad I know how he turned out.
But what if he doesn't want to know me?
I'd straighten him out.
My hero.
You let him walk all over you.
Dennis is okay. He's a bit smart sometimes, but he's okay.
As long as we had that evidence on Dennis, we still had a hold on Stefani.
I didn't want to drag him into it.
Come on. You used him to make a last pitch for Stefani. Dennis was the bait.
You've got it all wrong again, as usual.
Don't treat me like a fool. We're not married yet. And unless you get Stefani Harpur out of your head, I won't be tying the knot or having your precious son.
Hi, sis.
Sister Bernadette to you.
Bernie, I'd like you to meet Stefani Harpur.
How do you do? Jono's told me a great deal about you. All of it good.
Lucky for him. Please, come this way. We'll talk in my office. I was surprised to get your call from the airport. You didn't give me much notice.
I never do.
I did suggest that we telephone before we took.
Jono takes pride in turning up unexpectedly.
And you're dying to know why we've come.
I know it's not because of Tom, unless you've decided to tell him that he is your son.
No, that decision stands.
I asked Jono to bring me here, sister, because I need your help to find my son.
There's little I can do.
I just want to know that he's alive and that he's all right.
You can go that far, surely.
What if he doesn't know he's adopted and he's happy?
Well, I wouldn't want to change that. But if he does want to find out who his real mother is, I just want him to be told that I'd really love to see him.
I think that's a reasonable request, but it will take time to make the necessary inquiries.
You can hurry things along a little bit.
Just because I'm dressed in this habit doesn't mean that I can perform miracles. Come back tomorrow, Miss Harpur. Perhaps by then I'll have some news of your son.
Isn't it a bit cool for a swim?
Believe me, I've no intention of going back in that water. But I do want to get a nice tan before the wedding.
A few moments ago, the wedding was off.
A few moments ago, you were being difficult. But you're not going to take any more chances on offending me. Not while I'm having your baby. And you know what that means. No more clandestine meetings with Stefani Harpăr.
There won't be. It's all over with her.
Good. Then you'll lend a willing ear to a little brainwave I've had. Now, the only thing keeping you here is Stefani, right? It's our future we're talking about, Jake. So let's be honest with each other for once, okay? Now, if you finish with Stefani, as you say, there's nothing to keep you here.
The company.
The company. It's not a matter of if Stefani gets it back. It's a matter of when. And when we'll be out in the cold. I don't like poverty.
I want to run that company into the ground before she gets it back.
That still leaves us in the poorhouse. But it doesn't have to be like that.
The suspense is killing me.
Don't patronize me, Jake. We siphon funds out of the company and transfer them into a Swiss bank account. Then we take off.
You're joking, of course.
No. We leave Stefani with a massive financial headache and no one to bring charges against.
Since when hasn't embezzlement been a chargeable offence?
There are plenty of countries where we can't be extradited and lead very good lives.
I can't believe you're serious.
Can't you? It's not only for me. What about the baby? You want to pass on the Sanders name? It'd be nice if there was a fortune to pass on with it. There won't be if Stefani has a way. So what'll it be, Jake? Filthy rich with a conscience? Or poor and virtuous?
So now what happens?
Unless things have changed. Night falls. Gets dark. All the little birdies go to bed.
I was being serious.
I was afraid you were.
Jono, I've got some hard decisions to make. I need your help.
No, you don't. You've been through too much to need any of my second-rate wisdom.
Even if one of the decisions is about you.
Me? I'll be on my way soon enough.
You don't have to, you know. At least, there's no hurry. You know, I've discovered it's all right to ask for what you want. Even if you don't always get it.
Then ask for something worthwhile. You don't want me. You've said so often enough.
Is that why you've stopped trying to get me into bed?
Who said I'd stopped?
Jono, I want you to stay around a bit longer.
You might get stuck with me forever.
I'll take that chance.
So now what happens?
The night falls. It gets dark. And the little birdies go to bed.
This may sound strange coming from me. But you are sure about this?
Jake! My sandwiches!
I'm coming!
Still agonizing over the migration to Rio, darling?
Well, I'm not convinced it's a good idea.
Oh? Got a better one?
Maybe I have. You see, there's revenge. He's been entered for the Melbourne Cup, and he's got every chance of winning.
Pity we won't be around to see it.
Well, if the horse wins, and we put a lot of money on it, we'll make a fortune.
Oh, no, Jake Sanders. We're not risking our futures on the outcome of a horse race.
You've got to think it through, Jilly. We'll be in exile. You won't be able to come trundling home every time you've decided you're bored.
Oh, I've no intention of being bored. I'll have a husband and a baby and a big fat Swiss bank account to play with. So start making the arrangements, darling. We only have a week. I want to leave as soon as we're married. Well?
Bad news, I'm afraid.
What do you mean? He doesn't want to know his real parents?
I never got the chance to find out. Yesterday, after you left, I went to look for the boy's file in our records, and it's missing.
Missing? What do you mean, missing?
Well, somehow over the years it's been mislaid, and nobody here remembers the details of the child's adoption. I am sorry, Miss Harper.
You've got to find it.
I have tried, and it's gone.
Perhaps it's fate.
Fate?
I'm just taking a leaf out of your book. You know, roll with the punches. If the file should turn up, I'd appreciate it if you let me know.
Of course. But...
Is anyone there?
Do you have the information?
It's all here. Everything you need to know about Stefani Harpur and her long-lost son.
Was it hard to come by?
Those sweet little nuns will never know it wasn't simply lost in their filing system.
Good.
Oh, I'm looking for work, you know, since Sanders ditched me. And I'm no fan of Stefani Harper's, so if you need any more help...
I'll let you know.
Oh, I almost forgot. I have something for you.
The usual size, too big? I'm too old to grow into them, Bernie.
Oh, you're walking pretty tall at the moment. Jono, just what are you doing running around with the richest woman in Australia?
Falling in love, I think.
Huh, the times I've heard that.
Yeah, but this is different.
Yes, this one's beautiful and rich.
And lonely.
You don't fit into her world. You're too independent.
So's she. She's good to be with.
Oh, that's all very fine for the moment. But a woman like Stefani Harpur needs more out of life. Where do you fit in when she takes control of her companies? I don't see you in silk sheets, nor her darning those socks. Goodbye, Miss Harpur.
Goodbye, sister.
I'm sorry your trip was wasted.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. If my son does get in touch with you...
I'll tell him his mother very much wants to meet him. It's a shame all those press clippings I had of you were in that file. He might like to have seen them.
I've no doubt there'll be more, knowing my luck.
Bye-bye, Bernie.
Bye-bye, Jono. God bless.
Hi, darling. I'm going to knock their eyes out in Rio.
I haven't said we're going yet.
You will.
Damn Stefani Harpur.
That's a pleasant change coming from you. I've decided what I'd like for a wedding present.
Is there anything left to buy?
I want the number of that Swiss bank account you're opening.
A good marriage is based on trust.
I'd hate you to get itchy feet, darling, and not tell me.
I doubt if you're going to let me go walk about.
Did you set a date with the registry office?
Yes, it's all arranged.
Good. And would you mind taking these home for me? I've got some more shopping to do.
Well, don't overdo it, darling. Remember what the doctor said.
Don't worry. I'll deliver on time. Just make sure you do.
Thank you. It was a very good scam.
The perfect swan song.
What's this? You're not retiring. No more contracts.
And it's your fault. I was used to con the rich. People like you. But since you turned out to be okay, I could never be sure I wasn't hitting the wrong one.
The rich of the world will never know how much they owe me.
I suppose we should be getting up.
Yes, I suppose we should. Why should we?
Haven't you got to see Dan about a divorce? I'll tell you what. Heads we get up, tails we stay in bed.
You can't run your life like that.
It's as good a way as any.
Tails, we stay in bed.
That's cheating.
I must be learning.
It's the correct day, Mr. Sanders. I'm afraid we can't wait much longer. I've other commitments.
Well, Mrs. Stewart insisted that the bride and groom turn up separately. She's a little old-fashioned like that.
I trust she hasn't had an accident.
Oh, no, she'd never let that happen. There's far too much at stake.
Sorry I'm late, darling. Like it?
Very subtle.
Did you think I was going to stand you up?
Want to miss out on your wedding present? Never. Where the hell were you?
Aren't you sorry we didn't have a big wedding now?
I'm sorry to rush you, but time is running out.
For all of us. Don't be nervous, darling. The real fun starts tonight.
I've spoken to my solicitor. He assures me that a divorce won't be difficult.
So, that's that.
Dan, we had 7 very good years. Let's not forget about it.
Why did it all go wrong?
Oh, let's not dredge it all up again, eh?
I know. There'll be some good times. For both of us. What is that for?
I know we agreed there'd be no settlement, but this belongs to you.
I don't want your money.
Dan, friends pay their debts. You lost a lot of money trying to save my company.
Let's just say it was part of those 7 good years.
Well, if you're going to buy back into the clinic on the island, you'll need this.
If I'm going to make a fresh start with Jessica, then it has to be just that.
I don't want to fight about it.
Look, I understand what you're trying to do, and I appreciate it. But you're not the only one that wants their independence.
Well, if you ever do need help of any sort, I hope you'll feel free to ask me. As a friend.
And as much as you've made your vows together this day and committed yourselves to the sacred and binding state of matrimony, I pronounce you man and wife. Congratulations. Just this way, please.
How did you like the service, darling? I wrote it myself.
Very touching. I especially like the bit about sacred and binding.
Yes, I thought that might appeal to you.
You just sign here, please.
I'm not superstitious, darling. I'll have my wedding present now. Oh, goody. My very own Swiss bank account.
Ah, very own.
That's what I meant, darling. Let's call our son Guillaume.
What?
It's a Swiss name. So appropriate.
What? Guillaume Sanders?
Angelo.
Oh, hi.
Why didn't you tell me you'd gone back to boxing?
How did you find out?
Your trainer rang. Your first fight's been set up.
How soon?
Next week. A $50,000 purse if you win. Angelo, why? You hate boxing.
It's the only way we can make enough money to buy our own home. Things will be better then.
Angelo, the last time you fought, you killed a man. You swore you'd never fight again.
So I've changed my mind. I've got to get back to the gym.
Angelo, please don't.
Hello, sweetheart. Hey, what are you looking so pleased about?
I'm going to be a star.
Come on. I thought you told me you had 4 lines and poured the tea.
And not quite that bad. No, the author of the play came today, and he thinks I'm terrific. He wants to audition me for a part in his new telemovie.
Then overnight stardom does happen.
Well, I have to get through the audition first, but he says I'm exactly the type he's looking for, and he wants a new face, and he wants mine.
Well, that's great news.
I do the audition tomorrow, and if I get it, I start work on it as soon as I finish this.
I see, so you're set up for work in Sydney for quite a while.
Well, that's okay, isn't it? I mean, it's going to take you several months to get ready for the island.
Tom?
Sarah, you're crying. What's wrong?
Tom, I've tried so hard.
There, it's all right.
I've tried to make things work with Angelo, but I can't. I just can't.
Tell me what happened.
I only found out an hour ago. Angelo's going back to boxing.
Well, it's not the end of the world.
But he's doing it for the money, Tom. Because of me.
He wants the best for you. I can understand that.
It won't make us happy. Nothing will. That's something I haven't been able to admit until now. Finding out about the boxing was just an excuse to get angry with Angelo so that I wouldn't have to feel guilty.
About what?
The reason I can't make my marriage work is because I still love you.
Sarah.
Oh, Tom. I've tried to forget about you. I really have. You're the only person I'll ever love.
I knew you'd change your mind.
That's not why I came.
You have to trust me, Sass. I'm doing it for us. $50,000 is going to make a lot of difference.
Angelo, you're trying to buy happiness, and it can't be done.
I'm making sure that we have a future. And if I have to take on the whole world to do it, I will.
Tom. I couldn't do it.
Oh, Sarah.
He's convinced if he wins this match, we'll be happy.
But he has to be told.
I just couldn't find the words.
And I will.
Tom, no.
What do you think you're doing here?
Angelo, we have to talk.
No, Tom, I'll tell him.
What's going on?
It's over, Angelo. I'm sorry. But it's not going to work out.
Who told you that? Him?
He didn't have to. I've always known. I just didn't want to hurt you.
Well, that's not stopping you now.
Only because I've realized I'm only making it worse by pretending.
You did this. Always hanging around the background. Making sure we never had a chance.
Listen, Angelo, it's Sarah's choice.
Like hell it is.
No, Angelo, no! best of 3?
You can't play it like that. Heads means I'm on my way.
Do you want me to talk you out of it?
Yes, so please don't. Besides, it's easier to have no regrets when you keep it this simple.
I wonder if I'll remember that when you're gone. Oh, I will miss you, you bastard.
You've changed.
I have a present for you. But I think you're going to have to earn it.
I thought you were at home packing.
I thought you were at the office finalizing things.
Yes, well, I had some arrangements I had to make about revenge.
You're supposed to be on your honeymoon, darling. Not running around worrying about some horse that won't make one bit of difference come tomorrow.
I'm not sure it won't.
Guess what?
Oh, no, not more shopping.
Pin money.
Where the hell did you get that?
When I dropped past the office and you weren't there, I thought, why not snaffle the payroll? It's a little extra cash and they won't miss it till tomorrow morning.
You're crazy. You're getting off on it, aren't you?
You bet. So pad revenge bye-bye and let's pack. We've got a plane to catch.
Come on, mate. You'll find someone else.
I don't want someone else. It wasn't Sarah who stopped me hitting Tom again.
What happened?
I was so mad. I wanted to kill him. And then suddenly it came back to me. The last fight I had. The guy I killed. The look on his wife's face. It's no use. I'll never fight again. It's over. So is my marriage.
I had a perfectly good old four-wheel drive.
I traded it in.
Would have been cheaper to have traded me in.
I got more for the four-wheel drive.
It's very nice, but I can't take it.
Oh, Jono.
But I'll borrow it.
Will you bring it back for grease and oil sometime? Well, this is it. I'll see you.
You will. In case of difficult decisions.
Looks as though you're planning quite a honeymoon.
Yes, my wife assures me that life will be one long honeymoon from now on. But I'm sure you didn't come here to wish me luck.
I have a proposition to make.
Sorry, my dear, I'm a married man.
Strictly business. Why don't you and I save ourselves a lot of time and hassle and forget the lawsuit?
And how do you propose to do that?
Rumour has it that revenge is running in the cup.
That was the idea.
So is Tara's pride. How about winner takes all?
Stephanie's little joke.
If revenge wins, you get the company, the lot. I walk away. If Tara's pride wins, you and Jilly do the walking.
You serious?
Nevermore.
No, you're not that sort of gambler.
People change.
Not you.
You'd be surprised. After all, it's hard to have regrets when you make life that simple. So, is it a deal?
Jake, no!
It's a deal.
No!